That looks very delicious, man. That looks very good. You must have been a good boy if you got one of those. I'm a very good boy, man. I'm a very good boy. Don't forget that. I'm a very good boy. We're here in South Beloit, Illinois. My toast just popped. It's that honey toast I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if my stomach is allergic to honey all of a sudden or not, or if I just suddenly don't like it, or if it's just a coincidence that my stomach's always upset after I have some honey. But I didn't think honey bread or honey whole wheat bread would make a difference, but for some reason, we're gonna test that theory out today. Let's see what happens. Man's gotta have his breakfast either way, right? Toast is the breakfast of champions, with some cinnamon spread on it.
Got my seatbelt on, release the brakes. Roll out. Figure out how to get out of here. Like I said yesterday, I've never actually stayed at this pilot in South Beloit. I usually stay across the street at the Flying J. I don't know why I've never stayed here before. Now we can say we have. It rained like crazy last night. It was pouring. Truck was just shaking all over the place. It was so windy. I mean, it wasn't even raining like
Turn
down.
right on Gardner Street, then take ramp ahead.
It was raining sideways. It was nuts. But we survived. And we'll be going through Chicago in about an hour and a half or so. We're going around Chicago anyway. I don't actually want to go through Chicago. That's a little bit intense. So we should see some interesting things today, because there are a few individual interesting
Take
drivers.
Ramp on right to I-39 South.
Interesting drivers in Chicago. If you get all the way through Chicago and you didn't see something crazy on the road, you did it wrong. Go back and do it again. All right, Chicago, show me what you got. Give me your best. The best of your worst. I'm ready. We're going around here on the 290. Look at this guy here. Look at this guy here. He was behind me in traffic. And he cut through the median or whatever. Ah, whatever. That was one of them there already. Wow. I don't even know what to say to him. So he was behind me on the off-ramp. And then he tried to cut around me, and then instead of going over to the two empty lanes beside him, he decided to cut me off and then slam on his brakes. With 80,000 pounds, that could have just killed him. So I'm glad I got that on camera right after I said, give me your best, Chicago. Look at this little car off to the right here. Look at this little go-kart. Look at that thing. The license plate is almost as big as the entire tailgate. Look at that. Imagine if you had one of those European license plates on there, it wouldn't even fit. It would stretch from bumper to bumper. That's what we have, one of those wraparound license plates. It wraps around in the sides. Look at that thing. That is a death trap. Now look at my hood here with my little moose bumper poking up above there. Can you imagine if I would hit that car with my moose bumper? I might get a scratch. That thing would be unrecognizable. Why would anyone drive such a death trap? I know. Josh, it's to save fuel, save the environment. Really? Save the environment at the cost of your life. Sounds like a good trade to me. I guess it depends how much of a tree hugger you are. If that's worth it, hey, go for it. Nothing wrong with buying a tiny car. I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of your car. But
So we just grabbed some fuel here at the Love's truck stop. We're right across the street from TA. Here, where are we again? I just wrote it down. We are in Demotte, Indiana. I love these TAs. I know I'm not a TA right now, I'm at Love's, but TA is just right across the road. I love how TA, every single one of them, has a service depot, a shop. I think every truck stop should have a shop. It's so handy to have that. You just never know when you're gonna break down, and it's so nice to know where they're at and to have plenty of parking around the shop to wait if you need to wait for repairs, you know what I mean? But for now, we're gonna continue down the road. We're gonna go back to the Arthur, Illinois area, Amish country, pick up a different trailer there, and that's taking us back up to Canada. This is what it looks like in northwestern Indiana, if you're wondering. Well, we made it here to our drop and hook. Pretty much what that means is we drop off this trailer that I have here and hook onto a new trailer that's somewhere over there. That way. So it's been a good day so far. Good day, good day. This has been holding good. No more air leaks, that's good. The sun has started to go down already, way too early again. So I gotta disconnect all of this stuff, right? All of this messy stuff here. So let's get our gloves on. At least our one glove. Show you how it's done. First of all, you gotta make sure that you pulled the trailer brake, okay? Otherwise you pull this off and this is charged with air, pressurized air. It's gonna go psh. It's gonna scare the ever-living daylights out of you. I've done it a couple of times. Almost sounds like a little bit of a mini gunshot in the moment. And then afterwards you're like, oh, it's just the air. Yeah, it's like hit the deck. Okay, gonna go in here. I'm gonna make sure that is pulled out. That is the trailer. I gotta wash that off. That is the trailer, it's pulled out. That means that there's no air in there, that's good. You don't want that to be charged with air. That's just embarrassing when that happens. Did that right in front of a military convoy once. I was unhooking a trailer and there's a military convoy at the truck stop right where I was doing the switch. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm tough. Just like you military guys, I'm tough. Pull off the red airline here. All over the place. Of course they all like, look at me, Joel. They got weapons. They don't carry them while they're on the convoy, obviously, but you know, they're ready for anything. So they hear this loud bang! What do you think they did? They didn't freak out, but sure embarrassed me. I know exactly what I'm doing, don't worry, don't worry. I was just testing you. I was just testing you. So now that we know that our reflexes won't have to be tested, this blue line you don't have to worry about because that only gets charged with pressurized air when you touch the brake with your foot or pull the spike down to the trailer when you apply the brakes yourself. So this one applies the brakes, this one disengages the brakes. Now that there's no air in here, see? See? Aha! No air going through there. The trailer brakes are locked. Like, they're always locked. Naturally, the trailer brakes are just locked. When you pressurize them with air, they unlock and release. And then when you charge them with air, when you push the gas, the brake pedals, they compress again and they brake. That's how it works. And these are for the lights. There you go. Now I just got to roll down the dollies, the landing gear, and pull that fifth wheel pin right there. And we'll be set and ready to go. It's getting a little bit dirty. This whole frame is really dirty. I went through some pretty crazy mud. Landing gear. To roll them down, you roll them away from the top of that triangle, right? Away from the top of that triangle. And it does take quite a bit. Now before I drive out from underneath the trailer, I'm going to lower the suspension. That releases the air out of my drive airbags right behind my cab. And it lowers my frame. So it beeps here to let you know that there's no air in the bags. And we'll move forward. That way it sets the trailer down a little easier. And a little easier on your equipment that way. That's all I can say. Don't forget to charge the airbags back up and put air back in them before you drive off. I got a really itchy nose right now. Who's thinking about me? More toast. So we tried that experiment this morning, right? To see if the toast was what was making my stomach upset yesterday. I don't think it was, because I'm totally fine today. Must have been something else that I ate. So apparently honey is still okay. Good. So this is my route up towards Toronto. We're down here in Indiana. We're gonna go past Chicago. No, we're down here in Illinois, pardon me. We're gonna go up through the corner of Indiana, up into Michigan and across at Sarnia. Welcome to Sarnia. And into Toronto. That is a total of 1,047 kilometers. That's about 600 miles. Let's go.
So we're just leaving Arthur, Illinois here. This is Amish country. We've been here quite a few times. You'll see the shoulders have a nice little groove worn into the center of it. That's from the horses. Yeah, Diesel, they got horses here. All over the place. Very nice ones. Diesel loves horses. He loves anything with 4 legs. I think he loves anything that's breathing, to be honest. But at all these stores here off on the right, you'll see it on the right, it's kind of hilarious. I don't know if you'll see any buggies there, but they got little bars there where the Amish people can tie their horses to. Yeah, there's one right there on the right hand side beneath the Dollar General store sign. This yellow sign here. Check it out. Just hanging out, parking my horse while I go into Dollar General. I wonder who cleans up all that crap, really. Because they just leave them out there while they go in and shop, right? Here's a bar on the right again. That's where they tie their horses onto. And I wonder who cleans up all the crap, because it doesn't look like they do. I wonder if they send like a little Amish cleanup crew from the colony, or if the town has to clean it up. I don't know. Here's one on the right. They're very well trained horses. Bap, bap, bap. I wouldn't do that, come on. Tempting, but I wouldn't do that. Scare the horse. Ah! I wonder what happens if you hit the ditch with a horse and buggy. Does the horse and buggy tow truck come and pull you out? If you're wondering why I poke a little fun at the Amish, it's because they're our cousins. I have 100% pure Mennonite blood in my veins, back as far as we can tell. And we are a branch off the Amish. The Amish are sort of like the extremists of the Mennonites. So my mom and dad grew up on colonies, Mennonite colonies, and they had horse and buggy too when they were growing up. When they were my age, they had cars already, but growing up, and my grandparents, as they were growing up, all they used was horse and buggy, just like that. It's just the Amish people decided to stick with it, and the Mennonites, like us, decided to assimilate and become Canadian. Because we were of the belief, and we still are, that if you move to Canada, you are now Canadian. The country you came from is not your home anymore. Canada is your home, making you Canadian. We're just on this crazy section of freeway called Interstate 80 in Indiana. Sort of goes through the bottom part of Chicago, the suburbs and whatnot, and spits you into Indiana, and it's just chaos. Nuts. Heavy traffic day and night. And only half the people know what they're doing. Like this guy, I don't know, are you changing lanes? Are you staying in this lane? I guess you're staying in this lane, okay. I'd prefer it if you'd move over if you're doing 10 under the limit, but hey, I'm not the boss.
Diesel, we got a beautiful spot, man. Beautiful spot. I see that, man. I see. Very nice. Good job, man. Thanks. We are here at the pilot. I got a nice spot in the back here underneath the light. You can see this area is very well lit here. There's no parking in front of me, so I can just drive straight out. I could have nosed in if I wanted to, but in areas that I'm not too familiar with, I don't like doing that.